World's weekly joke.
So what's another name for a fake noodle?
I don't know what the other name is for a fake noodle.
An imposter. Imposter.
Are you a federal worker that has been injured on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? There are two types of injury claim. A CA1 is for traumatic injury claim, and a CA2 is for an occupational disease claim. Traumatic injury means in one moment you get hurt and then report it. Occupational disease claims to refer to an injury that took place over a period of time and then reported. Here's a tidbit. On the CA1, check off on the first page that you want COP so you won't lose out on pay. Please call 800-535-5261 to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries. www.federalworkerscompdoctors.com, as we have 2 decades worth of experience, and check on our Google review.
And we are back, everyone. And we have Dr. Alex Rumasek. He is a healthcare provider, a chiropractor in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. And what can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Go for it.
Sure. So I'm a chiropractor in Saddlebrook, New Jersey, as you said, and I specialize in federal workers' comp cases as well as spinal correction.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what spinal correction means so the audience understands that.
So spinal correction, there is an ideal model structurally of the spine and how it should, the shape and function of the spine. And most of us in modern society do not have that shape or function. So I specialize in restoring function of the spine permanently.
Beautiful. So you said that you also have been doing federal workers' comp. How many years has it been?
It's been almost 4 years now that I've been dealing with federal workers' comp.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what would be one of the major problems that you're noticing that the patients, when they come in, what's one of their major problems that they're having?
A lot of times they have problems with their paperwork. They'll go to a medical doctor many times that will fill out their paperwork, and it won't be done properly, and their case will get denied because of that, even though the patient has a valid injury that was sustained on the job.
So what does that mean to you when you say that? Is it that their fact of injury and causal relationship was not done properly?
Many times, yes, that is the case, although
Okay.
it can be a number of problems with the paperwork.
Okay. And when you say that then they have problems, what then occurs? Emotional stuff, what occurs from that?
Right. So what happens? They're injured, so they can't work. They're not getting paid being out of work because they don't have a valid case. So now they can't work and they have no money. You add to that, we're in a pandemic right now, right?
Okay.
So there are a number of emotional stresses and traumas that can really take a toll on somebody, not only on the individual, but a lot of times on their family, right? And if you're the provider for the family, you don't have a job, you're injured, how are you going to provide for your family right now?
Do you mind sharing with us, the audience, an exercise for that? Just to help out people with like a breathing exercises to help them be a little bit more relaxed and all the rest. Do you mind sharing with the audience? Thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
So a lot of people, right, they're dealing with a lot of anxiety, whether or not you're an injured worker, right? You hear the news every day with different things coming out every day that people are just stressed from all different angles. They're not making money. They're worried about a virus. So I'm going to show you something that you can do in about 30 seconds to change your mindset and calm down those thoughts that you may be having.
Okay, great. Before we do that, let's just follow through on this one. So then what advice would you give someone who's dealing with federal workers' comp? What would be like one major advice that you would give them?
Number one, you want to seek out a doctor that deals with federal workers' comp every day. That's very experienced in the federal workers' comp case, which is different from state workers' comp or personal injury.
Okay, that's a very true statement that you're saying. Can you give us your contact and information and all that stuff? So if someone wants to reach you, they can for spinal correction or for the federal workers' comp case that they are going through right now.
Sure. So we are in Saddlebrook, New Jersey, 299 Market Street. Our phone number is 201-885-3200. And you can find us online at bergenrehab.com. And you can check out our Google reviews as well.
Thank you so much. Yes, you have a lot of 5-star reviews. So we know that you're a great doctor. So you said you were willing to also show the audience, obviously, consult your doctors before this. If you have any other problems, those are always the disclaimers. If you have pain, stop. But if you don't mind sharing with the audience, really a postural one, something that's dealing with your area of specialty. And specifically, if you mind sharing with the audience, like we said before, about breathing exercises and helping people de-stress during a stressful time, whether it's COVID or anything else.
Sure. So I'll start with postural exercise. So what are we doing right now? We're sitting at our computers, and what do we notice is happening, right?
You start to lean in.
Our shoulders start to round. We start to lean in. We get that hunch posture. Our head comes forward, right?
Right.
So this is a quick one to undo most of that posture, right? Okay. So what you're going to do, I'm just going to show you from the side. You're going to bring your shoulders up, your elbows up, bent at 90 degrees. You're going to make small circles down and back, pinching your shoulder blades together and tilting your head back as far as you can, your chin up towards the ceiling. You can do that 20 times, 20 circles.
And so what it's doing is it's opening up the chest and closing up the back, reversing the rolling of the shoulders in and bring the head forward. Okay.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Is there a second half to that one?
Yeah. So there's another similar one. This is focused more for that head forward posture that everybody has, right? Every inch your head comes forward of your spine, that's another 10 pounds of pressure on your neck.
Okay.
And it also affects your spinal cord. So to fix that, what you're going to do is gently place your fingertips on the back of your head, applying a little bit of pressure, and you're going to tilt your head back and chin up far as you can while pushing with your hands. So you're going to strengthen those muscles in the back of your neck and bring your head back and loosen up the chronically tight muscles in the front of your neck.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing us with those. I just have one more, the breathing one. Again,
sure, I got it.
COVID, stressful, and everything else. And even for those people who are dealing with financial issues, whether it's because of their cases being in a tumultuous place or not, thank you. I appreciate it. You'll show it to us now.
Great. So breathing actually interrupts thought. So we're going to go through a quick breathing exercise that you can do pretty much anywhere. So you're going to sit, feet planted on the ground. You want to be planted. Your palms will be up on your lap, and you're going to close your eyes. And what we're going to do is take a nice, big, deep breath in through our nose for 5 seconds. Hold the breath in for 2 seconds. And then slowly out through your mouth for 7 seconds. You want the exhale to be longer than the inhale. And then you would do that 3 times in a row. And that's really going to interrupt those thought patterns that you may be having that may be causing you a lot of stress and anxiety.
Had an interruption. Wonderful. So again, Dr. Alex Rumasek, thank you so much for being a guest on our podcast. And if you need to reach him, it's 201-885-3200, bergenrehab.com. And he's found in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. And he's certainly an expert in spinal correction as well as federal workers' comp. So again, thank you for being our guest, and maybe we'll, if you're available, we'd like to bring you back and for other episodes for other topics. Okay.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Mark.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful one. And again, for the audience, we'll be right back after these words. Okay, so now let's continue with the programming. Yeah, my next segment. You ready? Okay. This is really something that I enjoy, and I want to share it with all of you. So let's go and share the screen, get to know a little bit of what gets me excited. And yeah, here we go. Ready? 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 Look at the camera. Ready? Here we go. And so it's grilling. It's the summer. Come on, people. You know you enjoy grilling. It's summertime. I'll take that big, juicy cut steak and you get it on the grill. So now, keep in mind, you don't want it on the grill at a, here, let me lower the volume. Yes, we are wound up too tight in this country. Life has gotten very stressful for people, so let's keep that in mind, okay? So you're gonna use some of the smokehouse maple. I love it. It gives the barbecue feel, right, on a big, thick cut steak. Get it on the grill, on the top level there, right? You can see it. If you want to sear it first, right? That's why I showed you this one. Sear it to get the marks and let it cook on the inside and let it get nice and juicy. And then look at the finished product. Look at that juice, right? You have the brown layer, that crusty layer. You see some of the spices that were used to give it a nice flavor. A little salad that was here. Oh, look at those tomatoes that were diced up nicely. But look how juicy it is. You could see it just coming out. The blood, the redness in there. And then you cut it and it's nice and juicy. But it still makes you think about the summertime because it's grilling season. And why not enjoy ourselves? Okay? So let's go to commercial break. Think about that nice, luscious steak. Think about what you want to do this summer. And we'll be right back. And we are back, everyone, for our closing remarks for today's episode. Here we go. We're at the crossroads. We've already discussed setting up the documents, reviewing the documents, going over the documents. Next episode, stay tuned. In case got accepted or denied, what do you do next? All right? See you next episode. We will end today's episode with do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can, by John Wesley. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Best health and love. Show it to everyone. Have a great weekend.